Good evening and welcome to our Wednesday night stemtech opportunity presentation call. My name is Ro, the host, and it's my absolute pleasure to welcome you to this call. We do this call every single Wednesday, so if this is your first time joining us, we're excited to have you. If you're either joining us in person or online on YouTube, great. This is most likely a follow-up measure so to give you more information about what these products are and what we have to offer. So grab a notepad, grab a tablet, because there's going to be great information that may make all the difference for you. Uh, Tonight, we're going to be going over some extended information about our products and how they work. And after that, we're going to go into a business presentation so you can learn more on how to utilize the business as a business owner if you decide you want to make some extra money around what you do. But tonight, I have the absolute distinct pleasure of introducing a trainer and a wonderful gal that I've gotten a chance to know a little bit more over the last year or so. And she is going to be talking about the products, and her name is Pat Barrett. Pat's going to give you the ins and outs and just listen in because I'm excited to hear what she's going to share. So, with no further ado, it's my pleasure to welcome to the call Miss Pat Barrett. Pat, are you there?
I am. Can you hear me?
Yes, loud and clear.
Can you see me?
Yes, I can. You're
Oh,
good to
that's
go.
great. Great. All systems are working.
Yes.
Hi, my name is Pat Barrett, and I'm very happy to be here, and I'm happy you're here. And I'd like to share with you tonight how I found StemTech, and give you some simple information about the most amazing cells in our body called adult stem cells, and how we can take advantage of the science that keep them coming. So I was introduced to StemTech right in the beginning, amazingly enough, about 2005. Unfortunately, I knew nothing about adult stem cells. And it wasn't like tonight. I didn't end up finding out really any information about adult stem cells, not that it existed then, perhaps as it does today. So I knew the founder of the company, who was a brilliant researcher and formulator. So my husband and I decided we'd try it, and we did for a period of time. But I'd like to say, back so long ago, we were very, very healthy. We took enormous quantities of nutritionals, and this seemed like just one more. So I talked with David, my husband, about it. And I said, we're already taking so much stuff, and I don't see any changes. So, I think maybe there's no use in continuing. We ought to drop it. So, unfortunately, we did. Now, 20 years in the future, David was diagnosed with multiple myeloma, and he knew immediately and he remembered immediately about StemTech. So he called from the hospital and said, "Do you remember this company?" I said, "Yeah, I absolutely do remember them." And he said, "Well, do you think you could find them again and get us some of those that great product?" And by that time, I had learned something about adult stem cells. And I said, "I'm on it." So I called, and I ended up finding, yes, StemTech was still moving along, and they actually had done things to increase the effectiveness of the product. So I ordered plenty enough for David and for me. And unfortunately, the medical community didn't cooperate and ruined David's system. So he actually was not able to eat, drink, or take the pills. Um, but I took them, and I started taking them twice a day, because by that time I understood that this was something that I really ought to consider doing for the rest of my life if I wanted to have a long and healthy life. So, first tonight, I'd like to share some information about the amazing adult stem cells themselves. The world has come to learn about adult stem cells, and you know what? They want more, because nothing works like the adult stem cells. They've been called the most intelligent cells in the body, and there's a good reason for that. And I'll explain it to you as simply as I can. So, the adult stem cells are made in the plasma inside the bones in your body. And when there's an injury or when there's a problem in a cell or a cell community, they call on these adult stem cells and they're released into the bloodstream. Well, they know where to go. They know who needs the help most and who needs the help second most. And they race to the site to give the help that's needed. They either help that cell repair, or if they can't do that, they themselves become the cell. They are the only cell that has that ability to transmute, so to speak, into the various cells in our body, which I think is just truly remarkable. And they consequently they can be used in a lot of different products, which StemTech has provided. Most especially the the RCM system, and I'll come back to that. You know, you might say, well, if they can do all that, then what's the problem? Well, the problem is that we produce a lot of them when we're babies, but then you get a little bit older and you can see how rapidly they drop off the production of them until even at 40 you're barely producing any. So how do you rev things up? How do you rev your own body up? And that is exactly why StemTech was created. So now you can have them, as I have learned, every time you take them, things happen every single time. And if you can keep your body uplifted like that, it can do amazing things. So now you see the RCM system. So let me explain a little bit of information about that. The R is actually the original product. It helps your body, it encourages your body to produce more adult stem cells and to release them into the bloodstream where they can go to work and do some good. The C is for circulation. It actually helps to improve the circulation so that the little adult stem cells can get quickly through the circulatory system to the site that needs the help. And the M stands for migration. And it helps each adult stem cell get through the tissue or whatever it needs to do to get on site to help with the repair service. Does it work? Yes, every single time. And consequently, now StemTech has been able to bring us additional products. This is Select One. It's probably one of the very, very best creams I have ever tried. And I believe that my skin has been able to hold up largely because of this product. Because I'm 81 and things in the skin department don't tend to improve as you get older. But this cream is remarkable. Now they also have a special direction going for pets. They have a product just for pets. Now, I know people who have pets, have dogs or kitties, and they love them. And in fact, I was in a meeting tonight and people pray for their pets, which I just think is wonderful. Well, wouldn't it be great if you could give to them what you're giving to yourself? The ability to live a longer and healthier life. And this product helps to do that. And I think that that's great news for all pet owners. We deserve it and they deserve it. And they also have Orastem, which helps your not only helps your teeth but helps your gums. It's just a fantastic product that I doubt you'll find anywhere else. It's just really an incredible product. I'll say one thing: they don't have hundreds of products, but every single product is amazing. And one of the things that I is very comforting to me is that everything that they have is backed up by science. If you want to see the research, you can go directly online. I did it. I read everything. I felt like that was my obligation to do that. And it's there. And you will see how they measured how many adult stem cells were coming out into the bloodstream and how long they lasted and so forth and so on. So they don't last forever. They go to work, they do their work. If there's a few of them left over and there's somebody else who has their hand raised in the body, well, they'll go do their best to fix that too. But it is something that it needs to be replenished. There are other systems that will take adult stem cells out of the bone and grow it and then put it back in. Does it work? It often works. There are times when it has not worked. Unfortunately, I know some of the people where they spend a great deal of money, and then they don't get the results necessarily that they want. But in a lot of cases, it does, but it's extremely expensive. Are you going to do that once a week? At a tune of $5,000 to $10,000 a pop. So, but because of that, a lot of people around the world have come to know more about it, the stem cell approach. So, who has the best system? StemTech by leagues has the best system ever, and no one else comes even close. Now, because of StemTech, this whole field is called StemCeuticals. It includes all the science and all the backup research, et cetera, et cetera. And it gives you a lot of confidence in the products and what they can accomplish for you. So, like I said, does it work? Yep, it works every single time. There's research that validates that not only is it working for us, but it's, as I said, we can also now give it to our pets, and we can have it in the form of a cream and in the form of something to keep our gums and our teeth very, very healthy. So to underscore the great products which are backed by science is the amazing structure and leaders of the company. Now, I believe that one of the speakers that's going to follow me is going to tell you a lot more about our incredible management team and maybe some other good information. I just wanted to end by sharing with you that my own little story, is that when I started taking StemTech again, I have not been sick since then. I used to get at least one case of flu every year, and then I would get bronchitis. And one time when I got it, I thought, this is it. I am not going to make it through. I'm going to drown. And fortunately, I didn't. But since I've started taking this, I have not even been sick, and my life has been very rigid, very intense. And I think that really that I have made it through both emotionally and physically because of the help that I get from StemTech. So I want to encourage everybody to try it if you haven't already. It will work every single time. Thanks very much. I've enjoyed being here with you, and I know you're going to enjoy the other speakers. Thanks, Ro.
Absolutely. Thank you so much, Pat. That was awesome, guys. She shared some great information, even information I haven't heard before. That's absolutely on point. I hope you took notes because that was something to definitely learn from. Thank you, Pat. Guys, so as she said, we have another presenter, and we are going to go now and pivot to our business side. So if what you heard excited you because of the possibilities of what this can do for your health, imagine talking to your friends, talking to your family, talking to people you work with, whoever it may be, or just maybe someone you just meet just today. This can help every single person right where they are. With that being said, we're going to go now and move towards business. And I have the absolute pleasure of welcoming to the call a good friend, mentor, and fellow trainer, Mr. Sam Holland. And he's going to go over the business side. So listen closely if you want to make some extra money.
Thank you, Rob.
Sam?
Welcome, everybody. Pat, you did a fantastic job.
Absolutely.
The information that you threw out was so helpful. And for somebody that's been around STEM tech for 20 plus years, your conviction, your wisdom, your knowledge is priceless. So thank you for that. Guys, I'm going to jump in on the business side. We're going to walk through this real simple. The goal is to be part of something that could change your life if you choose to. And in the process of doing that, what we know is this: STEM tech is here to make a difference. I always start with this statement because it's so profound to me. The CEO of the company stated that our products are so good, every home in the world deserves to have this. Now, that's profound. That's huge. And that's STEM Tech's goal. My background, owned a garbage compactor company for 20 years, raised four beautiful kids. My daughter's getting married Saturday. We're busy, busy people. So our whole world didn't stop when STEM Tech came into our life. We still had things we had to get done. But what STEM Tech has created for us were options. Because as we move forward with this presentation, you're going to see an opportunity that could, I'm not saying it will, but I'm definitely saying it could change your life. So, key ingredients for the perfect business. When you're analyzing, when you're looking at something, there must be a demand, meaning this: people must be looking for it. It must fix a problem, a solution. It's got to be something that they are willing to pay for. You got to have products that make a difference, that make a change, that are affordable. But more important than affordability is them working. Because once you understand the value of the RCM and the rest of the products we have, it's a no-brainer. You got to have a company that has longevity. We've got 20 years. This isn't something new under the sun. You got to have partners with vision, with integrity, and we have that. You got people that have long-term vision. You got to have systems and teams wrapped around that system. Why is that so important? Because most people don't have 60 hours a week they can invest. There's got to be a system in play and a team of people teaching you how to on a part-time basis. And then success and profit. Not only how much do I have to invest, but how much time do I have to put in? And then what's the ROI? How soon can I get my investment back? What can I make long term? How much time is that going to take? And when you analyze the business, we're going to go through each one of these points. And we'll talk about it at the end, but it fits the pieces. This is Warren Buffett. He talks about an S curve, and the purpose here is to get you thinking. He says there's three phases in all businesses: there's pioneering, there's momentum, there's stabilization. In the pioneering stage, this is where 95% of companies start and never make it past the first 5 years. 95% odds that you're going to fail. But the ones that have the right formula, that have done things right, they go into phase two, which is momentum. Why is momentum important? It's important because that's where 80% of the growth of the company happens. In 80%, that means this: people in pioneering stage, 80% of the growth is in front of them, not behind them. And then stabilization. These are companies like a Microsoft, an Amway, a Walmart, an Apple that have all gone through this process. The world knows who they are. Now they're growing 2 to 4%. They don't have to go out and prove it anymore. They're already there. Now, here's what Warren says. He says, you must position yourself in the front of a growth curve, not in the middle, not at the end, but at the inception. And then realize that the window of opportunity is always closing. So work like there's no tomorrow. Guys, the reason STEM Tech is so excited is not only do we have 20-year history, we have new ownership as of 2018 that have vision galore to get this into every home on the planet. And the front end for us, 80, 90% growth in the right place at the right time with the right company. And that's the beauty. And if you can see the opportunity for yourselves, understand timing is everything. Right place, right time. We're publicly traded. Why is that important? Because everything we do is public knowledge. There's nothing to hide. Mistakes, public knowledge. Triumphs, public knowledge. It protects you, just like it protects me. So long term, what you create is yours. Very, very important. Who are the leaders? Charles Arnold, CEO of the company. For over 4 decades, he's done this. Finds good companies with a good product, good service, takes them public, and has made tremendous success. He actually took, listen to these words, Prepaid legal, which is Legal Shield today, from 40 cents a share to $40 a share. That is massive. Tremendous success. John Meyer, the heart and soul of the company, been on board for 17 years, understands the field, understands the who and the why of what we do. Sandro and Alejandro, those are our game players. We need help, they help. We need something fixed, they fix. They've got the ability to help us work all over the world with STEM tech and create a dynasty. And then you got Daryl Green. Great story. Was the CEO of GNC Nutrition. Ran that company. Hear these words: $3.2 billion in sales. He was the president. I had a 45-minute conversation with him. About 38 minutes in that conversation, I finally said, Daryl, stop. All the success you've had, all the money you've made, you've seen every all-natural product on the planet. Why are you here? His words flabbergasted me. He said, first of all, seeing everything out there, I've never seen anything that this RCM is compared to. This is unique. He goes, second of all, my significant others in the stem cell therapy world. He goes, I understand where we're all headed. Stem cells. And the moment Charles Arnold gave me an opportunity to be part of the ownership of this company, it was a no-brainer for me. Right place, right time. And when he said that, I stepped back, said, holy cow, something special here. So these are the leaders. How do you get on board? This is a business opportunity. If you want to be a business partner, there's three different ways of signing up. I'm going to talk about one. $3.99. What does that give you? It gives you a business in a box. Everything you need to build a business. But what it also gives you is your first month supply of your own products. Everything we have is right there. And what I love about that, it gives you the opportunity to start to create your own story. Now keep in mind, you're getting $3.99 in products. And that's a business opportunity. What does the business opportunity come with? Well, watch this. The corporation StemTech, they do all production, all quality control, shipping, customer service, R&D, web IT, legal compliance, marketing, events, promotions, accounting. If you ever owned a business, you know 70 to 80% is the back end. They do all of that. The only thing we do is create our own story, share our story, and help other people create their stories. As a business owner, that's a dream come true because all that back end work is done for you. How do you recoup your investment? Well, what we show, you help three people that want what? The health benefits, the tax advantages, and the income opportunity. You help three, the first three you're paid $50 per person. You do that in a 30-day period, the company sees you as a leader, they pay you additional $150. So you invested $399, you just made $300 your first month. Not bad, correct? Keep in mind, 95% of companies fail in the first 5 years. Now, there are going to be people who don't want to do the business. They just want the health benefits. And if you explain it right, everybody will want the health benefits. To repair and rejuvenate, hello. Those people would come on board as VIPs. They buy at wholesale pricing. You get paid a 30% commission. This is where it gets exciting. And the VIPs, they buy at the same price as you do, but they have no other commitments. You get paid 30% commission every single month. You help four VIPs get on board that want to slow down that process, help their body rejuvenate and repair. That's a $156 profit. Your overhead for the RCM Wellness System is $154. What that means is your second month in business, your RCM Wellness System is paid for. I haven't paid for products in 5 years. I don't say that to brag. I say that to giggle because it works. And a lot of your VIPs, once they get their own story, guess what? They'll upgrade to an independent business partner. But the beauty is it's there. If that's not enough money, this is a business on duplication. You help your first three do exactly what you did. You're an additional $500. Second month of business, you now have $800. I know $800 is not going to retire anybody. I get that. But to double your investment and get an ROI that quick, improve the process, it's pretty exciting. My garbage compactor company that I owned 20 years made one mistake first month. It cost me $18,000. This works. This is more effective. and this will help every single person you know. We do it through social selling. We have a proven system, laptop, cell phone lifestyle. We have weekly training calls. We do this every Wednesday night. We have personalized websites all set up, back office tracking, management tools, reports, training materials. All that's done. What you do is you sign up, you consume the products, you share your story, you tie them into a system. That's exciting. Why? Because it works. Who can make it work? Anybody. StemTech's belief, our vision, is we're a world leader in cellular nutrition powered by natural stem cell technology. Our mission, offer innovation, wellness, and prosperity through an opportunity that empowers people to create their own future. Think about that. What if you didn't have to anymore? What if you had enough money coming in every single month and you can do anything you want with your time? Because time is precious. Our motto, driven by science, powered by dreams. What are some of your dreams? What are things you would love to make come true? And then our pillars are innovation, wellness, and prosperity. What we know as a company is we know we're very unique. We know we're in a position we can help a lot of people. If you get this, whoever invited you, there's not a lot to decide on. If you question on the business, get on board as a VIP. It's okay. Give yourself 3 to 4 months. Don't expect miracles overnight. Although we do get some overnight, but don't expect them. Give your body time. But if you see the opportunity and you love helping people, there's a system here that can help anybody. And it won't happen tomorrow. But if you go through the process and you learn how to become a professional here, it can change everything to where you can be everything to other people. So I want to thank you for coming. I want to bring Ro back on. It's always an honor, always a pleasure. Pat, you did an amazing job with the product side. Thank you. And everybody have a wonderful night.
Thank you, Sam. And yes, what he just said, absolutely. Thank you, Pat. You did an excellent, excellent job. Guys, like we mentioned before, we do this every Wednesday. So if you want to learn more, come back. If you need to learn more, come back. But understand this is a unique product, and every single person is going to be impacted just a little bit different. So you can't predict it. But stay the course because I promise you, you'll like the results. Myself, it helps with inflammation and energy and other things that I can't see because you can't see 90% of what's going on in your body anyway. With that being said, we're so happy you were here and we look forward to seeing you next time. Bring a friend.